Here's how I made the gloves for my haru urara cosplay. For this I'm using a free glove sewing pattern from Dear Cos. Side note, don't be a dummy like me and print out an A4 size pattern on letter size paper. I've been doing that this entire time, and I've really noticed it with this cosplay that I've had fit issues. Like, the time I made a glove, I made it with the size smaller because that's what it said on the size chart, and it ended up being fitting so weird. Like, the length was perfect, but the width wasn't. And oh my god. And then my jacket, like, I thought I needed to size up, but no, it turns out that it's just oh my god. I'm going to show in the next clip how bad the sizing is when you do this. Even when you size up, it's still not right. See? Like, what is that? Oh my god, I'm so dumb. And if you're wondering why I was doing this, it's because I like using 1 centimeter seam allowance. Anyway, back to cutting out all the pattern pieces. I'm doing these all, like, long, but first, because I'm gonna alter the sewing pattern to fit my hand better, 2 birds, 1 stone, you get it. Starting off, I sew the thumb, then I cut it down to size, and then I sew it into the little thumb hole slot thing. Next, I sew those little pieces between the fingers, and side note, I don't recommend this. This took so long, it's so weird to do, it's so difficult. I would recommend just cutting them into fingerless gloves and then doing that. To be honest, I was originally trying to use glue for the seam allowance on these gloves, but that didn't really work out, so I ended up just taking it apart and then sewing down the seam allowance and then sewing it back together, if that makes sense. But yeah, this is what I meant when I said it was a mess sewing the fingers together, but I had to do it to get a pattern for the gloves that perfectly fit my hand. Anyway, here's what the fingerless glove looks like. You can top stitch it, the seam allowance down with one side open, or just cut it down the size. It doesn't fray, so yeah. Lastly, I just hem the bottom of the glove, then I make a belt, and then I attach it to my glove, and I use an AliExpress buckle for the glove if you're wondering. Anyway, I guess that's all I have in terms of clips. Thank you for watching. Bye!